this morning, I'm on my Peloton. I like to do some of my research before the show. And I put your name in YouTube, and I stumble upon a YouTube video that has probably like 600 views. That's it. This is the thumbnail. Do you know this video?
Mm.
Rags to Riches, the incredible story of David Feldman from underground fighting to BKFC by an account called League Alerts. 498 views. This was posted 6 months ago.
Never saw that.
David, I watched this video. This is a video narrated by a young man. He sounds young, about your story. I'm watching this and I'm like, this is total BS. So the first thing I wanted to do was ask you if you knew of that video.
Yeah.
You've never seen the video. And now I have to ask you, and I'm going to like recap the story for you because I had never heard this before. Okay. So this is me doing a recap version of your upbringing.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know how this young man has this. I think he read it in a book. But basically what he told me was, and I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, about your upbringing, you have a bit of a troubled relationship with your father. Your parents divorced at a young age.
Right.
Are you okay with me bringing this up? Your parents divorced and your mom has a boyfriend.
Right.
And there's a horrible incident that happens to your mother.
Right.
Is this accurate?
Yes.
I'm watching this video, David. This is like not even out of a movie. Like I can't even believe it. Are you uncomfortable with me bringing this up?
I mean, I'm always uncomfortable, but I'm not. It's my story.
People need to know this.
My story.
Are you okay?
I'm not uncomfortable. I get feelings, right?
Sure.
My mom is
your mother,
my idol, my hero, and everything that she went through. When you're going to get to the story, and I'll tell after that.
I'd almost rather you tell the story, but if you want me to recap it real, okay. So this is what I gathered.
I didn't.
Okay, so I'm watching this and I'm like, this has got to be made up because it's so mind blowing. In short, your parents divorce. And what I gather from the interview or the video is that your mom is dating a guy who is very abusive towards her.
Right.
And there's a horrible incident where eventually he injures her to the point where she becomes a paraplegic. Quadriplegic, excuse me. And you do not know who this man is. You cannot find him. You have no sort of intel on him until you're working at a bar and you meet a girl who you eventually ask what her last name is. And it's the same last name as the man who injured
attacker, yeah.
Yes. And I mean, that alone is absurd. And then she tells you where he lives. You go to his house. You get into an altercation. I apologize for going through so much of it so quickly. And you stop short at maybe shooting him.
Yeah.
And then you clip his Achilles.
Yeah.
Where does this kid even find this information?
I think it was in my Rolling Stone piece.
It's an unbelievable story.
So Ariel, man, my mom got, she got thrown out of a car, run over. The guy took her to a cemetery, banged her head against the cemetery stone, put her back in the car, and dropped her at our house with footprints on her chest, and my mom could never walk again.
I'm so sorry.
It's a rough thing, man, but this is a woman that was a quadriplegic that couldn't move her hands or legs, and I have this painting in my office, and she painted it with a paintbrush in her mouth. And a lot of times I want to quit, right? This is hard. And I look at that and I'm like, man, how can I quit? She went through everything. But it was tough, and I finally, it was something that I got so much childhood trauma from that, man.
I can
It
imagine.
messed my whole life up, right? And
How old are you when this happens?
I was 8.
8 years old.
It says 6 in the magazine, but I was 8.
Okay.
And I looked for the guy, and I found him. And one thing led to another, and I said, I clipped his Achilles, and I said, you'll never walk again, MFer, and this we did. Because when I told him who I was, he turned white as a ghost, and I knew it was him. And he was like, and I'm glad I didn't do anything more than that, because I would have been in jail. But things like that happen, and I think that I look back on that, and I think if I had to do it again 10 times, I would have done the same exact thing.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's your mother.
Yep.
And your mother, based on what I learned from this, like was really, through the tough times with your father, she was your rock, right?
Yeah.
You had an incredible relationship with her.
Absolutely.
Why didn't you move with her when your parents divorced?
She wasn't able to. They actually divorced after she was hurt.
Oh, okay.
So my dad divorced her when she was hurt. I mean, they were separated, but they officially got divorced, and she couldn't take care of us.
Is she still alive?
No.
Okay. When did she pass?
16 years ago.
Okay. And is your father still alive?
No, he passed